welcome back to my channel. I am so glad everyone stopped by today because today's project is actually really cool. I'm gonna make Bon Bon from the Five Nights at Freddy's series. I'm not gonna make Bon Bon just a simple plush because in the game he's actually a puppet for Freddy. So I'm actually gonna make Bon Bon as a puppet. And you can actually put your hand in it and use it and everything. So I thought that would be really fun. Now this video is going to be a little bit longer because I wanted to slow down and show all the different details a bit more with this piece. So we should probably just get started. Okay, to make Bon Bon, I'm decided on making this type of pattern. It's very simple. I'm making him into a puppet, so I've kind of made it to where it fits your hand fairly decently. This is the front. This is the little chest part, so it'll go like right here. Bow tie, the ears, both sides, and then this will be the liner. So you notice the hands are a little shorter than these ones. That's because I'm going to stuff right here. That way your fingers aren't going to need to go all the way into the hands of the puppet. Since I'm going to be sewing this with my sewing machine, I gave myself about ½ inch of extra to work with. It gives you more to grip onto, and then I'll be sewing along the line that I drew out on the patterns. But yeah, I'll probably start sewing on the ears and do the bow tie first, and then we'll work on the body. Okay, I'm going to start with Bon Bon's ears. I have my fabric all pinned together, and I'm going to sew along the line that I drew. I'm going to make sure to cut the extra fabric off so it doesn't bunch up on the inside too much. Okay, and this is Bon Bon's first ear. I'll probably like stitch right here to give it like a joint, but I'm going to do that later, kind of after I got it sewn all together. I'm just going to do the other one, flip it inside out like that, and then we'll start on the bow. Bow tie, I have both layers pinned together. I added a little hole right here, that way I can sew along the whole line that I drew, and then we'll flip it inside out using this hole. Okay, and there's our little bow tie. I'm going to now make the little part that goes in between here. And to do that, I have this simple little strip. I'm going to sew along here and then flip it inside out, and then we'll have a nice little band to go around it. So I'm going to sew that real quick, and I'll show you how it will rest against the other part of the bow tie. Okay, now I'm going to make sure that the seam is in the back part so that the front part doesn't have anything. And when we finish our sewing for this, we'll end up wrapping it around like that. And you got a bow tie. But first I'm going to stuff these parts with stuffing. And there's a little bow for him. I'm going to trim this off, and then we're going to sew it to the front of Bon Bon. Now I already have this pinned together, but I'm basically going to be sewing the little belly patch that Bon Bon has onto the front half of his body. So I've got it pinned, and I'm going to start on sewing that, and then we'll sew both of the halves of his body together. Bonbon's ears because he does have joints in his ears, and I want to give the illusion of it being more mechanical, kind of like he is. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm putting the needle on the inside and trying to come out right about like here. That way the knot is on the inside of the ear and you don't have to worry about trying to hide it. Then I'm just going to kind of loosely stitch down here. And we can kind of pull it. And then I'm going to put my needle back inside and try and do the knot on the inside of the ear on this side too. See, it has a nice little joint. Looks a lot more like his ear. Now we're going to finish the other one. There we go, little Bonbon ears. Okay, last thing to do on Bonbon's body is to give him little paw pads, because he actually does have them. I drew out and cut out some little felt pieces, and I'm going to glue them onto his little paws. Now we're going to sew the liner together. So I'm going to pin it all together. And we'll start on that. First thing I'm going to work on with the clay is to make his eyes. I'm going to start by laying a layer of clay down, and then I'm going to use these little glass circles to kind of give me a reference for his eyes. They'll help me keep it a little bit rounder than if I was to just use only clay. So I'm going to do that, cover those in clay, and then kind of shape around it. Next, I just need to make his nose. And lastly, I'm just going to make his teeth. Bonbon has about 3 sets of teeth, I believe. He's got like his front rows of teeth are kind of squared, and then he has an inside kind of sharp looking set. And of course, once all my clay is done, I'm going to put it in my oven for about 45 minutes at 275 Fahrenheit. Now to make Bonbon's head, I've got these little foam balls that I found at the craft store. I'm going to mainly be using these. I'm going to use one foam ball for the base of his head, and I'm going to cut the other balls to make his like jaw and different things like that. Now what I'm using to attach all my foam together along with the clay pieces that are going to go on this is just hot glue. Now I wasn't quite sure what to fill in all the little gaps between the foam with, but I had caulking in my craft section, so I figured it would probably work better than using just a ton of hot glue, and I can smooth it out a lot better. So I'm basically putting caulking in all the cracks of his face. This of course will have to sit overnight to dry because caulking takes somewhere between like 2 days to dry completely. While that's drying though, I'm going to work on my painting. Okay, time to paint all my clay pieces. If you notice, I got a couple extra pieces. I didn't show you how to make the other sets of teeth because they're basically the same thing. And then I just made little round circles for his cheeks and for his button. So I'm going to paint his teeth white and his little cheeks are red, so I'm going to do a couple layers of red to make sure that shows up right. Now I'm going to paint his nose and his eyes. pupils, I used a pencil after the white paint dried, and I went over and I drew the shape on. They're kind of cartoony, so they're just basically circles inside of circles, and circles kind of off-centered for the white bits of his eyes. Now all the clay pieces are just going to get resined, and then I can work the next day with them. Okay, all our clay pieces have dried, and now it's time to work on filling his mouth with his teeth, along with putting down some black fabric for it. So I'm going to hot glue this, and I'm going to cut different strips of black to kind of fill in the gaps between the teeth. Now that's a smile only a robotic mother could love. Okay, now I need to cover his face with his blue fabric. So I'm going to kind of eye this because it's a little difficult, but I'm going to be using my pencil and stuff and figuring out how to fit the fabric where it needs to be. So, this is the process. Okay, for his mouth, it's the same fabric that I used for the front of his ears and the belly of the piece, but I didn't shave it ahead of time. This fur I got was kind of long, so I'm going to glue it on while it's long and shaggy, and then I'm going to use some scissors to cut it. I figured this way I could shape it more to his face. So I'm going to glue that on and cut around the nose, of course. put his head onto his body. To do this, I'm going to sew the back of his neck together, and then I'm going to glue the front part of his neck underneath his chin in place. This part was a little difficult because I did stick my finger in hot glue a couple times. I'm not gonna lie, I did burn myself. So if you're gonna try this, be careful. Now I just need to add his ears. And finally, I just need to put in the liner. So I'm going to sew that up real quick and Bon Bon will be finished. Okay guys, and here's my finished Bon Bon. I think he came out super cool. I think I got him as close to the character as I could. I really wanted to do Bon Bon justice, and in fact, I actually want to do a couple more Five Nights at Freddy's characters. I was thinking Foxy would be kind of cool. Maybe make him like a wall mount or something. Okay guys, and that's how I made Bon Bon. I think he came out really cool. I can't wait to put him somewhere on my shelf so he can stare down at me creepily while I'm working on other projects. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If so, make sure you leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't done that already, and I will see you guys next time. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If so, make sure you leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't done that already, and I will see you guys next time. Did you guys see where Bon Bon went? That's not good. Bye guys, see you next time.